Good morning, everyone. It's Valerie, otherwise known as Chick Picker.
Chick
How's everybody doing? Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Sorry.
What was that, Valerie?
What?
That was like you just said Chick Picker.
I don't know.
That was awful. Try it again.
Awful.
No.
Start over.
No.
Please start over.
Good morning, everyone. It's Valerie, otherwise known as Chick Picker. Is that better?
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my
Yes.
God. Happy Tuesday.
I'm not used to Chick Picker.
Taco Tuesday.
No.
Tuesday Trash Day.
Yep.
I would have bugged you until you redid it. I would have.
Wrong. Morning, Hank. Hope everybody's doing okay out there in YouTube land today. Oh, it's been a morning.
Has it? Busy or what?
Nothing's really happened, but it's.
Oh. You're just.
My hair's all crappy and.
You don't look crappy.
I'm just. And there you go.
Bye.
Welcome back.
Boom.
I had to drop the mic.
Whoops.
Morning, Joanne.
Hi, Joanne.
Joanne.
Hope you had a good birthday. She just had a birthday the other day.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday from all of us to you. Happy birthday because you live in a zoo. Hey, happy birthday. We love you really fine. Happy birthday. Don't throw a big old whine.
You need to learn the song if you're going to sing it.
Wow.
Shut up, Sally. Shut up from all of us to you. Sally, shut up because your mouth is glue. Hey.
You need to learn the song if you're going to be singing it.
Oh,
hey,
well.
get out of my box.
It's the thought that counts.
Yep.
He went pounce and jumped in my box.
So I have reached a conclusion.
Uh-oh.
For Christmas, I got this GoPro.
Oh, yeah.
And 9-10 months later, I still haven't figured out how to use the damn thing.
Why not?
Because I'm stupid.
No, you're not. They have to have a video, Todd. They have to have a video on YouTube how to use it.
Yep.
Yeah, I looked at one of those.
You thought you couldn't do StreamYard either, but look where you're at and look what you've been making videos.
Oh, no, this GoPro thing is way, way more complicated than StreamYard.
I mean, I know that there's probably lots of little buttons and stuff and adjustments that you can make to it and stuff, but you can use it. I'm sure.
Yeah. I want to figure it out so that I can use it in Germany, and Austria, and Switzerland.
Yeah.
When are you all going over there?
1 week from today.
Oh.
So it's coming up.
Yeah.
Got to get all my ducks in a row.
Just so you know, my lights are flashing, so I might lose power.
Are you in the disco?
You won't. Yeah, she's at the disco with her tape gun.
Please let me get my stuff done before you go out.
It's a disturbance in the force. That's what the light thing is.
Morning, Tom.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing fair to partly cloudy.
Alderaan just exploded.
Oh, the flights were a mess this weekend, I guess. Joanne says.
Yeah, I hope they don't cancel my flight. Yeah, Southwest Airline canceled like 1,000 flights a day for like
Oh, did they?
3 days in a row.
Oh my gosh.
And I think Southwest is blaming it on the pilots union, and the pilots union, no, I don't know exactly. And then they were
have all
saying
kinds. They
there
have
was
all kinds of excuses.
bad weather in Florida and all sorts of other excuses. And I'm like, 1,000 flights. I wonder how much money was spent on tickets for those flights.
Well, Southwest is always, I hear, is always sold out or full, whatever you want to call it.
They're usually, it's pretty rare that they're not full. Usually they're pretty full.
Yeah, I mean, for 35 years, they've pretty much had the best rates for flying, and they're okay. But, dang.
Southwest out of Charlotte pretty much connects to others. I mean, like it. Okay, let's put it this way: I'm not paying a cheap fare to go to Kansas City before I go to New York. I'd rather pay American prices and fly directly to New York.
Right.
So we don't have a lot of direct flights out here except to their feeder communities.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Next week, we have a direct flight from Dallas to Frankfurt, Germany. 14 friggin' hours.
Woo!
Todd, quit being a big girl.
Oh my God.
That ain't nothing.
Wow. 14. That would be, I think the most I've done is like 5 hours. And that was a stretch.
Todd, you're flying at least business. You're not flying steerage, are you?
Steerage? Is it in there where they put the cats and dogs?
No, steerage is what they call the very cheapest flights. Cabins on like, you know, the Queen Mary, the Titanic, all of those. That's where all the cheap people. I mean, you know, it was just cheap to get over there. There was 8 people in a cabin and all that kind of mess.
That was the poor people area.
Yeah, huh? I always call Coach steerage.
No, that's where we're at.
Well, you need to bump it up. You're going to be an asshole by the time you get to Germany.
Oh no.
Gwen's liable to throw you out a door somewhere.
Yeah, and the tour directors are warning us. Yes, Frankfurt is one of the largest and busiest airports in the world. So, but don't worry, you'll get there. I'm like, yeah, right.
Yeah, Joanne says Southwest said it was due to weather, but it was a walkout. No other airlines had weather issues. Wow.
Well, you know, I know this is only applied to a certain group of people, but you know, these like NetJets and all these, like you spend $150,000 and you get 25 hours on a private jet, small jet.
Mm-hmm.
Those are really being real popular because people are like families are going together and buying a block of time,
right,
and not dealing with airlines.
Right.
And NetJets is really supposed to be doing really well. I mean, their business model is. So, I mean, Airlines are going to have to get their crap together.
Well, I mean, pretty soon it'll be like the olden days where you had to jump in your car and drive somewhere, you know.
Drive.
Well, not with the speed limit being about 100 between here and Atlanta, you can be in Atlanta in about 2.5 hours. Even though the speed limit's only marked at 70, if you're not running, fast, you're going to get run over.
Yeah.
That's like back in, I guess it'd been about 94, 95. Roberta and I had gone down to Orlando to watch a shuttle launch. One of the doctors that she worked with at the research center at the hospital was actually had an experiment going up on the shuttle, so he got us pass us to come watch it. And we spent the weekend down there and watched finally got to watch the shuttle take off at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my
And
God.
went to Universal and had a great time. And it was a nice 70 degrees down there, and it was like 32 here. And we left out of Orlando, and is it I-4 that comes directly out of Orlando? Anyway, I was driving along 10 miles an hour over the speed limit, and these two old blue-haired ladies came up behind me flashing their lights because I wasn't going fast enough. So I got over, in which it was 3 lanes down through there. So I got in the far right lane, you know, I guess the old people's lane. And good morning, Julie. And they went zipping past me like I was standing still. And it was like the old "Where's the Beef" commercials. They were just barely looking over the top of the dashboard of that Cadillac they were driving.
Oh my God.
Morning, Julie.
Hi, Julie.
I told good morning, Mr. Sadie. I told Roberta, I said, I'm too young to live down here. I don't drive fast enough. But yeah, but you're right. People are going to go back to driving because they make plans to go someplace, you know, like around the holidays.
They can afford the gas.
Yeah. They make plans at the holidays. They're going to fly out on Tuesday, spend Thanksgiving, and fly back on Saturday, or even, you know, they're flying in on Wednesday. God damn it!
Oops, you hit the wrong button again.
What
He has a habit
happened?
of doing that.
Where did he go?
He tries to push a button to see the chat, but then he disappears.
Wow.
It's like poof.
Oh my gosh.
Such a dork.
Well, so much for that.
He was just getting to the good part of his story.
I know. And then bloop. Gone like a fart in the wind.
He'll be back. I
Mhm.
swear to God, he did that like 7 times or something the other damn time.
Oh my gosh.
God dang, Sadie, would you give it a break? I am not going to adopt you.
If anyone gets adopted, it's going to be me.
Yeah.
I'm going to fight for that. Yeah, I guess we're supposed to have some
That sounds good.
severe weather tonight.
Yeah.
That's what they're talking about anyway.
We were supposed to have that. I mean, I guess there was super bad storms really close to us, but we had a couple of rainstorms, and we're supposed to have storms up until probably noon today. But I just I just thought of that. I'm like, what's Todd's last name? And I go, oh, Parker. Sally Parker. That sounds that sounds great.
Yeah, that has a nice little ring to it.
Yeah. I'm kind of playing with thinking I might change my name.
To what?
I don't know, something. Not poop.
First or last?
Huh?
First or last?
Um, I think I'm gonna go back to Fraser
Why?
because that's the kid's last name.
Yeah, but they're older.
I know. Princess Banana Hammock.
There you go. Well, I mean, I don't blame. I wouldn't ever go back to Daniel.
No.
I don't think I would. I don't think I would ever go back to
I
Daniel.
don't want to go back to Daniel.
No,
So what am I gonna go to?
I don't know.
I don't want to keep the
Jones.
same name.
Jones. Then you could be Mrs. Jones.
Jones.
Jones. I don't
Why
know.
would I do that?
I don't know.
I don't think I could just pick a name out of thin air and use it.
For what?
I think I have to go back to what I've been previously named, or I don't even know how this. I don't
Sally's
even
thinking about changing her name.
Jackson.
Yeah, like your daddy. There you go, Sally. You got it. That's it.
Jackson and for nasty.
Um, Sally Beaverhausen.
Beaverhausen.
Yeah, Sally Beaverhausen.
Sally Ann Jackson. That doesn't sound bad.
No.
No.
Really good idea, Julie.
Thanks, Julie. You put that in her head.
If I become Sally Jackson, it's you're to blame. The kids both want me to go back to Frasier, but
Right.
I don't know.
LaShonda Blackheart.
I don't want you to go back to that.
I know you don't.
Sally, I'll let you use one of my old characters, gaming character's name. Her name was LaShonda Blackheart.
There you go.
Oh my god. Do you use all female characters too?
No, she was the only one because I had one character left, and the people I played with said, you got to use your other character because they were starting off new characters. And so I decided to go with LaShonda.
My youngest son, he's been playing female characters for years on his video games because if people go up to you in the game or whatever, they'll give you stuff if you're a female.
Yeah, some of it you have to cure with penicillin and whatever. You get that viral syphilis 2700 or something. But anyway, you can use that name if you want to.
Oh, so you don't want me to go to Hux?
If you want to.
Hux.
If you want to.
LaShonda.
Huxtable. No. I'm too corny today. I can't do it.
Better get your package done.
I know. I'm so screwed.
What have you been drinking this morning? You've been having mimosas?
Coffee.
Sounds like you've been having mimosas without the orange juice.
That's like having a screwdriver without the screw.
That's right.
Anyway, Mike says the kid was 5, tried to demand we call him Blade. I refused and said pee pee poo poo pants was a better fit. There you go. There you go.
Penelope. That's too funny.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I would. that would definitely be something to think about, though. I mean, you know, because you're not together, so
Yeah.
you know. Morning, Pam. Pamela.
If you're
And
going
I
to
don't,
change it and you're not going to go back to your maiden name, you need to go
I
ahead and
don't
get the.
want it.
You don't want your maiden name,
I don't
or you
want
don't.
it.
No.
Okay, then go to something.
Jackson.
Get on Google. Get on Google and start looking for foo-foo last names. You know.
I think you would do well by going to Jackson.
I see. This is the thing. I don't know what the laws are on this, and if you could just go to anything. I know that when I divorced Chad, I was able to go back to my maiden name,
Right.
but I'm pretty Presley.
Morning,
There
Just
you
Pamela.
go. Presley. Sally
No,
Presley.
Valerie needs to be a Presley. But yeah, that would be something, wouldn't it?
Go to something like that's hyphenated, like Bedford Smythe or something like that.
Oh my
Go with a
God.
real. If you're gonna do it. Do it right. Go for a real foo-foo last name.
Pamela says you can change your name to anything you want.
Oh,
The reseller, formerly known as Sally.
That's right.
There you go.
Like instead of
Sally
Prince, it'll be Sally the former. No wait.
Yeah.
Sally Pickens. That's a good one.
Didn't he call himself the artist formerly known as
Yeah,
Prince
'cause-
for a while?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he went by that symbol and it didn't really have a word associated with it.
yeah, nobody
Yeah.
knew what to call him.
Right. Right. And they just called him Prince because
Yeah.
that was the only thing they knew him by.
I thought he
You know-
changed it because he was trying to get out from under a record contract with some company.
Oh, was it that?
When you have a
So
brand
he
like
couldn't
that,
use Prince because it was part of the record label's
Right.
property or copyright or whatever.
right?
I don't know that for sure, but I think I heard that.
You would think so, though. Oh, Beth wants me to do Upside
Upside what?
for my last name.
Sally Upside.
No, if you're going to change it, let's change it all. You got to come up with a real. Let's figure out her a really good foo-foo name. Constance Bedford Smythe. How about that?
Mr.
And then we'll
Sam's
call it
movie named his Todd Jr.
Todd Jr.
Oh my God.
He's like, that inheritance will be mine.
Crazy.
Uh,
Why did you leave, Tom?
I
You have
hit
no
the button.
bathroom?
I hit. I guess this pad is going bad because I just bumped the edge of it and it knocked me out. So I've got one of these. Roberta bought me one of these things that clamps onto a table or whatnot to hold my pad, my tablet, whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
And I went and got it because I'm back here in the bedroom with the kitten and Roberta's on conference calls, and
Okay.
so I'm gonna probably just leave it back here because that works a lot better, doesn't it? I'm not unless I'm moving around, yeah, I'm not moving. Which she
No.
has gotten in November. They've got to go back 3 days a week
Yeah.
as it stands right now. But apparently the word on the street that a lot of people from within their company and other companies are changing jobs because their new position is giving them work from home all the time status.
Right.
So they've lost a bunch of people because they've taken jobs that they can work from home all the
I'm
time.
gonna-
So we're hoping that she can they'll change their mind and let people that can work from home work from home. Because, you know, she works more
Well,
hours. She works more hours. She gets up at 6 o'clock. We get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. She gets up, goes to the bathroom, and then gets her a glass of iced tea, and then goes sits down at her desk and starts looking through her email.
right,
And her boss is in Denver, so if she's got stuff that she needs to have for her, she might work till 7 o'clock that night.
right.
So it's beneficial to the company. But
Well, one thing and I've heard is that, and this is just a blanket statement, but they're saying that the productivity is way down for people that are working at home. You know, because of distractions, and I'm not saying that that's true or whatever,
right,
but you know,
it
I
probably is.
really, I think they're going to have to get people back in the office. Really.
Well, the people that can't work from home are not producing, then they need to make them go back to the office.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I
Maybe
mean,
make that
because
hurt, huh?
yeah, because Roberta
Mhm.
was working. She would get to the office at 6:15 in the morning, and
Uh-huh.
she would leave the office at 3:50 in the afternoon, and that was just not so she didn't have to deal with traffic.
Right.
Well, she's going to go back to that, and unless somebody way up the food chain is waiting on something that she's working on, she doesn't log back in. You can wait till the next morning.
Yeah.
And so
Mr. Sadie. You're
what did
crazy.
he say?
He said the labor market is crazy right now. I can't even find illegals to hire.
I'm in North Carolina,
Nobody wants
Pamela.
to work.
Yeah, oh, that's just it. Nobody wants to work. We've got a McDonald's that's paying $15 an hour and they can't find people. Plus a $500 sign-on bonus.
Right.
Can't get people. Now, as far as like the fast food industry, all these fast food restaurants, I think we've got 3 McDonald's on this road, our main road out here, Highway 51, within 5 miles of each other. We've got 2 of them that's within a mile and a half of each other. I think it's, you know, they've overbuilt that industry, and this is going to be a culling point. But like the guy, the manager at the chicken place,
Chick-fil-A,
no, spicy chicken, not Popeyes.
Bojangles.
Bojangles. We're here in the home of Bojangles. But anyway, the manager told me, he said if he had it anyway, he wouldn't open the dining room back up.
Yeah.
He said I've got enough employees to run the kitchen and run the windows. And he said we're making good money. He says we're not having to worry about people at the counter. We're not having to worry about cleaning a dining room, stocking a dining room.
Yeah.
So,
Pamela, you're going to lose your job soon? Why? That's not good. That's not good at all. Yeah, I know that the job market is, I mean, every day in my Facebook marketplace, you know, thing, they're always saying, does anybody know of any jobs? You know, I'm like, honey, just go, you know, sometimes nobody wants to work at fast food. Nobody does. But you can get a good job there.
yeah.
You know. No injection, no job. Oh, gotcha.
You know, back when I was a kid, nobody worked at fast food except teenagers.
Right.
With the exception of the managers. You know,
Right.
that was the only adults working there.
Right.
And now you see grandma and grandpa working there.
Yep.
And so I just don't know. I think all that extra money people got while they were unemployed, I think that got them spoiled and whatnot.
Yep. I would agree.
It's getting ready to come back and bite a lot of people though, because there's like 14,000 evictions on the books in North Carolina right now,
Yeah.
and that
Sorry.
no, that's
Well,
okay.
Pamela, you'll just have to get back in. You'll just have to get into the reselling game. Do your reselling.
Yeah, get into it full time. I think that's the best time to try.
Sink or swim.
I
Right?
honestly think right now is the time to do anything to do a side hustle, because you don't know when you don't know what's going to happen with stuff. Okay, go back over there. I will be so glad when Thursday comes.
Why?
I was talking to the kitten. We've got a kitten in here, and he's in quarantine because he wasn't old enough for him to do the feline test on. So he goes Thursday for his shots and his feline test, and then we can set him. If everything's good, we can set him free.
That'd be
So
good.
he can play with the other cats, because the other cats have come through here and they don't pay him the least bit of attention. Come here.
So none of the cats go outside at all?
They're inside cats.
Oh.
We live in the city. If you live in the city, you should not have outside cats.
Yeah.
Come here. No, don't be pretty
Oh.
now. There he is. That's Cole. Yeah. See right there.
Aww.
Oh,
Black
Yeah.
as coal, huh?
He is. Well, I was calling him Raven when I took him to the vet, and because I didn't know whether he is a boy or girl, because he was only 5 weeks old.
Uh-huh.
And go ahead and eat. Get you some water, and then I'll let you back out.
What are you trying to do, copy Valerie?
What?
She named her car Raven.
Oh, did she? Because she was. Well, he's solid black, so that's the reason. He's got a little white dot on his stomach, and he.
Ooh.
Then she said, "Oh, it's a boy," and I said, "Okay, well, let's change his name to Cole," because she was calling him, "Aren't you a little nugget? Aren't you a little nugget?" So that made me think of Cole. But Roberta calls him.
That's a good name.
Roberta calls him Sir, and I tend to call him Nugget. So I guess his name should be Sir Nugget or something like that.
Nugget. Cover all the bases.
Yeah, but
I
but
have
our
to have
cats,
an E name. E. Something.
our cats
E.
are inside cats.
I have Fuzzy, Toby. Prancer doesn't have an E name, but Prancer is a prancer. He looks like a little deer. Looks like a little reindeer when he walks.
Yeah.
And so he fits his name perfectly. And then, of course, we have Paul, but I tend to call him Polly or Mao. I call him Mao because he eats a lot, and whenever I come home from work, he goes, Mao.
There you go.
Now, Todd, are you going to get all dressed up for your trip now? Are you going to wear your too tight with sweatpants and sweatshirt and?
I think I'll wear Spanx.
Don't do that. You'll be very uncomfortable.
Yeah. We were watching. It was like Flight in the '60s or something like that. It was a documentary about flying on commercial planes in the '60s, and people dressed up. like
Oh,
suits and
yeah.
ties, and even the children were all dressed up. Little girls had on their little white socks and patent leather shoes, and boys had on suits. But they actually served you off of real china cups. Like
Oh, yeah.
your coffee was on china cups. I don't remember those days because I never flew until I was 30.
Yeah, I didn't have a regular pair of sneakers until I was like 6 years old, 7 years old.
What'd you wear on your feet?
We just had
Barefoot.
black leather shoes.
Yeah. You went
Maybe-
out. You went out. Your mama dressed you
Sorry,
up.
Sue. Stop it.
I think I had a pair of slip-on hush puppies, and that was about
Yeah.
it.
I can't do it
I re-
today.
I remember when I got my first pair of Keds because they make you run faster and jump higher.
That's right.
Yeah.
Do they even make Keds anymore?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
They actually
Do they really?
Mhm.
But those
Not
were the
in
days,
America.
those were the days when people, when you went out in public, you went out not with a suit and tie and a dress on, but well, my mom probably did, but people kind of dressed up like they were going out in public. Now we have the Walmart set, where anything goes.
Pocket
But
That's awesome, Pamela. Sounds like you're at it, girl.
yeah.
Sounds like you're doing
I mean,
all right.
I'll put on a nice pair of blue jeans and a polo shirt. That'll probably be
got your
it.
cowboy boots on and your big old 25-gallon.
No, with the walking we're gonna do, I'm not gonna do the cowboy boots.
Yeah, you need to go out and get you you need to go to a shoe store, an athletic shoe store, not the one at the mall. And you need to get you a good
Well,
pair
look at
of
him. He's
shoes.
already on top of it. He's already got
Look
him
at
some
that.
shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
I got my New Balance right here.
Okay.
Good job.
I really like those kind of shoes, but because I lost a little bit of weight, I'm swimming in my shoes now. Like I lost a size in my foot. And I haven't been to the store to get new shoes yet. So, and they're like those. They're shoes like those, and so they're kind of like stretchy. But I can't wear them
So
anymore.
basically, they're stretched out.
Yeah.
My foot goes like this in them, and my socks come off.
Sally's the first person that I've heard about them losing weight in their feet.
Oh, it definitely happens. It definitely
did.
happens.
Usually, I've lost so many inches in my waist or in my boobs.
I've lost boobs and my feet.
Yeah, Fish and Pickens got me pegged, man. I need those.
Velcro.
I need those Velcro shoes because it's getting hard to bend over my gut to tie my shoes. I need to lose another 30 pounds.
I swore I would never, ever, ever own a pair of Crocs. And I got a storage unit that had some Crocs in it that I would fit, that would fit me.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's they sit at the door, and the kitchen door, and that's what I slip on when I go out the house, unless I'm going someplace where I need to wear dress shoes
Poor
or
Roberta.
what.
Crocs, Tom, really?
I would not. Yeah, Crocs. I would not wear. I do not wear them with socks, and I do not wear them.
I do not like.
Like this needs to be a book about
I do not like green eggs and ham or Crocs.
Yeah,
but they are so comfortable.
Like with socks, I do not like them.
Okay, you write a book.
I do not wear them with the socks. I do not like barefoot barefooted Crocs. I do not like them, Sam. I am.
Somebody help me out here. Does nobody else in the audience like Crocs?
Anissa said
Oh,
she lives in her Crocs.
I like
They're
Crocs.
ugly as sin. They're ugly as sin, but they're so comfortable.
They're
And if you
very
get the right,
that-
you get the
I've
right
had
size.
Plastic against your bare feet.
No, the Crocs are not that same plastic like the Walmart plastic. They're more like a rubberized plastic.
I
Hey, you.
cannot wear them because I get shocked all the time, all day long.
Well, that's because you're in the environment that you're in.
You get
I mean,
shocked.
even in the summer.
Yeah, static electricity.
I know it's in my body.
Yeah.
Whenever I wear plastic shoes, it makes my feet sweat. I'm like, I don't.
Well, I guess that's the reason they got all the holes in the Crocs, so your feet don't sweat.
Sadie.
Yeah, then everybody else gets to
I'm not
smell
even
my
looking at
feet.
seeing what Mr. Sadie says because he's got something hateful
He said,
to
"What a
say.
crock."
Anyway,
By the time Mr. Sadie gets to be an old man, physically, because he's already an old man mentally, apparently,
yeah,
his
yeah.
wife and his granddaughters are going to be putting him in a home.
Let's
God
go.
love you people.
Y'all are
No matter
funny
how
this
bad.
morning.
Do what?
I said, y'all are funny this morning.
I needed this. I had an ultrasound done at 8:00 last night on my side,
Uh-oh.
and I've got another appointment. I got a doctor's appointment at 2, and
What's wrong
for the
with you?
results. I had a pain on my right hand side, like midway up my side, but it's it's on my back, but it's close to my right side. Anyway, it has stretched now to my hip to my shoulder, and so they did the ultrasound on it last night. To figure it out. I've also got an appointment with like a spine doctor because he thinks it's leaning more towards like a pinched nerve or something of that sort. So
That's no good.
I've not been a happy camper for like the last 4 days. So I needed this morning. Good morning, Tina. Damn, Valerie, if you had about $4 more, you would have a daggum. You'd have your own little show just with your children.
Two's plenty. Oh man.
I'd say your daughter's through some really cute kids. They are just the cutest thing.
They are. They're adorable. They are adorable.
Have y'all
Mr.
started prepping
Sounds
for
like
winter?
nerves. My wife has similar issues, Tom.
Ow.
Like nerve damage, nerve pain. Wow.
I wish they would prescribe me a hot tub.
Yeah. Well, for a nerve, that probably wouldn't help much, but
No, but it makes it feel better because I sit with I'll be doing stuff and then I'll just have to go sit in my recliner with my heating pad for a few minutes.
yeah.
And then it feels better. But I will survive.
Yep, I'm very, very proud of my kids and my grandkids. They're all doing so good.
Yeah.
Are they getting settled? Is Julie getting settled into her new place?
I think they're doing some repairs and some renovating a little bit before they move in. I don't know the whole story because I haven't talked to her this week. Hint, hint.
Uh-huh.
Now is she moving to Malibu?
No, she's moving to the mountains.
Yeah, she's got some acreage, doesn't she?
She's moving
Huh?
towards Reno.
She's got like 6 or 7 acres, doesn't she?
6 acres. Yeah.
See, I read Facebook posts. I knew it was like 6 or 7 acres. I was just making a joke about Malibu.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a really, it's an interesting, I think it can, there's potential. That's
Right.
all I'm going to say about that.
I need to see
Mhm.
pictures because I like already went and looked at a whole bunch of stuff about her town.
Cool.
And I seen how close it was to Reno. It's closer.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
It's-
Sally's father could spring for a place in Malibu because he's famous an actor.
Yeah, he already lives over there. That's well.
I think
further time.
it'll be good. Yeah,
That'll be
they haven't
good.
moved in yet. They're still trying to get things fixed up and arranged, and so
Okay, you got witnesses. Julie said she would call you later.
okay. I'll be here.
Which dang, it's only like 6:45 her time, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's up early. Well, she's got kids to go to school too. So now she's got 2.
She has 2. She has
And Tina
Atlas
has
and
3.
Emmy. Yeah, and Tina has 3. Caden, Kyrie, and Madeline.
Well,
And
Mom,
that Madeline is a hoot. She comes up, and she's 4 years old, and she's wild. Wild, wild, wild. I laugh. I sit back and I laugh because I'm like, you guys are gonna have so much fun.
Yeah, trying to shut her up.
how old is she?
Woo!
How old is she?
She's 4.
4.
Madeline is 4 years old, and she's very mature for her age. Not, she acts like she's 6.
Yeah.
She
She acts like
has
she's 6. She talks like she's 6.
she's very, very,
She looks like
she's
she's
very
6.
mature,
Right.
but she still has a little bit of her, the not developmental, but
Baby.
just there's times where she can act like a 4-year-old.
Stop it. My
But
my nephew's got a 4-year-old little girl, and he's got another one that's 2 months old. Anyway, we had at my mom's birthday dinner the other night. He said, Tommy, my family calls me Tommy. Tommy. And Catherine came home and she said she had a boyfriend. And I said, and he said, I looked at Amanda and said, you put a stop to that now. Because I picked at him, I said, with 2 girls, I said, it won't be long before you'll get phone calls and they'll be like, Mr. Hux, can I speak to? And Catherine,
oh yeah,
he said,
oh yeah.
he says, no, she can date when she's 26.
It's just a matter of time.
He says, I know how teenage boys are.
Uh-huh.
But my mom has got 1, 2, 3 new great grands this year.
Wow.
Well, 2 and 1 on the way. One could be born anytime now.
Well, before the show's over,
Hot Mess Express.
Do what?
I said before the show's over, Who got some sales yesterday?
I got one. I gotta go pack.
Todd.
I got about 4 yesterday, so
I'm
Good.
shipping out my 2.
Callie? 2.
I didn't get any
I'm
more.
definitely not setting the world on fire with eBay, but
Are you gonna? Did you decide whether you want to take everything down, or are you going to just move your shipping and handling out for 2 weeks?
I'm gonna keep the store open, but just move the shipping and handling out. I don't know, 2 weeks, whatever it is.
Does it
Yeah.
still put up the little banner across the top that says something like,
Only if you do the time away.
okay,
Yeah.
it says, is on vacation or whatever, and we'll we'll return till such and such a date.
Right. Yeah, only if you are doing the time away does it give you the banner.
Right.
So what I usually do, or what I try to do, is I try to, when I get a sale, I try to message the buyer and say, I'm out of town. Your package will be, shipped on this date, just so they know. Just try to do full disclosure
Right.
and everything. But
How many
yeah,
did you
so good
sell
sale.
yesterday, Valerie?
I got 7.
Good job.
That's 7.
Average.
Got 16 listed. I got 42 in the draft bank. And yeah.
Man, I listed 15 yesterday and it almost killed me.
Oh my God. Surprised you're alive right now.
Well, you did more than that last week, didn't you? Well, and one day, didn't you do more than 15?
Who?
Todd.
Yeah, one day I got up like 23 and I was like, oh, that's like full time. I don't do that crap. What?
Do you feel like you were Bridget? You sat there all day and listed?
No.
Oh gosh.
Bridget gets 50 a day and I'm like, oh, I don't see anybody.
But she's also quicker at it than you are, and I am, Tom.
Obviously. She probably knocks out 50 in about 3 hours. If I did 50, it would take me 24 hours without going to bed or doing anything else.
She and plus she has to do her shipping, and she goes out and sort. Usually has auctions to pick up. She's got to be quick. And I know, Valerie, you're quick too, and Sally is. But
What?
See, you weren't paying attention, so you didn't know what I said about.
Fast. He said
I
you were
didn't
fast,
know.
Sally. That's what he said.
I said you were fast. Don't get me in trouble. I don't want to have to some little Yankee lady coming knocking on my door.
Even though I'm
losing
losing weight in my feet and my boobs, I'm still
Yeah.
fat. This is true.
Sadie, if you're going to be my son, you better get to work, boy. I ain't taking on no freeloaders.
You got 2 as it is.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh,
My son and his future wife is buying a house.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, well, it's cool. It's a nice.
Are they officially engaged?
Coming the first week in December.
Oh, okay.
Who?
My youngest son, Vanya,
Oh, your youngest.
Nicholas. They're buying a house. It's a really nice house,
Oh, good.
and I'm glad that they're buying it. I'm just not happy that they decided to choose it now, to buy now when everything is super inflated.
Yeah.
So we went over and saw it on Sunday, and like I said, it's a gorgeous house. It's brand new. And I asked him, I said, "Now, are you not the least with the realtor standing there?" I said, "Are you not the least bit concerned about the bubble busting and this house being appraised at a half of what you're buying it for? He's like, no. The realtor said that's not going to happen because I asked her about it. I told him, I said, let me tell you one thing, son. If you don't listen to anything else that I say to you, people that are selling something are not going to tell you what you need to hear. They're going to tell you what you want
They're
to
going
hear.
to tell you about all the rainbows and the
Yeah.
unicorns and
And
how
I said, so
beautiful it's going to be.
you make sure your mortgage, especially them damn vegetable sellers. I'd be concerned about buying anything from Mr. Sadie. But I said, you need to make sure that your mortgage does not have a thing in it, a clause in it saying that if the value of the house goes down, so whatever percentage from the amount that they loan to you, that they can't call in the loan.
Right.
Because that has happened, not to me, but I've heard of people that happening to. And he said, well, I'll make a note of that. Because I said, you don't want to have, I said, you cannot come up with the money to make up a big difference. But anyway, I said, we're walking around, and of course, Roberta's in there being mom, and she's like, okay, you got to have a refrigerator and a washer and dryer and a deep freeze. And I'm like, in my head, I'm going, okay, are we buying all their appliances for them? That's what I'm thinking. And my son's like, Mom, we've got it. We've got the money set aside to buy all the appliances and all this kind of stuff. She's like, no. We'll get you something. We'll get you some appliances. And I'm thinking to myself, we have not discussed it at all about buying a house full of appliances.
But Mama said.
Mama said.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't buck the mama.
Yeah, she's a nice girl, Angela. That's the future daughter-in-law. She's a nice girl.
What's her name?
Angela.
Angela.
Now, my youngest brother is married to an Angela, which she goes by Angie. And the first time he introduced my son introduced Angela to the rest of the family. My brother, he's picking at my son. He's like, I don't know. You better rethink that. He says, I'm married to an Angela, and she's a bitch.
Oh my God.
Which my sister-in-law was the sweetest thing. She's not. He was just picking at. My brother was picking at his wife and at Vanya and Angela. But I said, this is a big commitment, people, for the next 30 years.
Yeah.
Wants to know if Todd's over there counting all of his millions.
Yeah.
Todd's over there worried. He's like, son of a bitch. If these kids buy a house, Gwen's going to be saying, we need to get them appliances. Roberta bought her son appliances. We can do likewise.
Oh man.
Alan said, just for 30 years, Tom.
Yeah, just for 30 years.
That's how you get.
See, now here's how I was thinking. This is what I'm going to throw you a little my way. I think there's a subdivision that we have here that's really, really nice. Lots are 3-4 acres. They start off at about $80,000 and go up to about waterfront is about 800,000. But anyway, you can build guest houses or pool houses and live in the pool house while you're building your main house.
Right.
And you've got 3 years to build the main house. And I said, why don't y'all, since all these lots are sloping, go ahead and buy one of these lots, and y'all can build a nice 1-bedroom guest house with a pool house area beneath it, like a basement, and put in a pool. I said, y'all can pay for that in about 2 years. And then your value of your property will be really, really high, and then build a house.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, we don't want to do all that. Knock yourself out, dude. Knock yourself out. If I was starting over again, I'd find me a damn tiny house. Or something of that, like a 1-bedroom small little house. I would not
But then
be
you wouldn't have anywhere to go when Roberta's
I said if
in
I
the
was starting
office.
out over again.
Oh, gotcha.
If I was 21 years old again. No, there ain't. When Roberta and I go our separate ways, it's because one of us is being put in the ground.
Mm,
It's death to you part. Which means that she might kill me. But
Same here.
I'm 64 3 years old. I'll be 64 in December. I just would not want to start that whole dating crap again, Unless I had Todd's money,
I don't
then
plan on it.
I'd have all kinds of arm candy if I had Todd's money.
Mm-hmm.
Big Daddy. That's what Todd's girls would be calling him. Big Daddy.
Big Daddy. Yeah.
Big Daddy. Bye, man. I love this bracelet at Tiffany's. And he'd be going, "You better get on some online auctions, girl."
Well, it's about that time. Ugh. Time to go take a nap.
Time to take a nap.
No, I got to finish shipping. Get
Would
everything
you
out.
stay up all night? Why are you taking a nap?
I'm tired already. I've been up since 6.
That's only been
That's 3 hours.
Hours, 7.
No,
And you spend an hour of that sitting here talking on the telephone, on the computer.
I'm kidding. I'm not taking a nap. I gotta do shipping. I gotta start listing. Gotta get crack-a-lacking. Time to get the day started.
Sully, did you work last night?
Yep, and I work tonight too.
Well, it's about time for you to
I'm
take a
not
nap.
happy about it.
You what?
And I said I'm not happy about it, but I'll do what I gotta
You'll be
do.
all right. You'll do it.
Before you go, Sally, have you discussed with the boys the thoughts of that you might be moving or you might move?
Yeah, they know.
Well, I didn't know what they're like. Where are we moving to, Mom?
Yeah, I tell my kids a lot of like things first before I tell you. Todd.
Oh
But
my
yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, the
By
kids know.
by the time Valerie's ready to make a move, maybe the
Yeah, she got a lot of work.
market will be kind of back down to normal down here, and we can
Maybe.
find her a place.
Mhm.
All right, y'all.
You know,
Everybody have a great day. We'll see y'all later. See you tomorrow.
make it a great day.
Yeah.
Ooh, are you
Make
okay? Come here.
America great again.
Make your
Bye.
wallets great. Bye.